我觉得很难过，因为我非常努力的工作，我没拿到。
13 men living in a typical Savannah suburb say they've been working 13-hour days, 7 days a week with nothing to show for it. The men say they came to the United States from China because they were promised the American dream.
他这里承诺时薪18，时薪就是每小时18美金，还有时薪18，然后报销机票，housing， 上下班接送，发现金。我以为这是一个很好的工作，我就过来了。housing， 上下班接送。
When they arrived, they say what they found is a nightmare. After a 45-day journey to get to the United States, the men say they worked for a month at a warehouse, loading and unloading trucks and separating products. They say they haven't seen a dime.
工资的在免费的，它可能涉及人口贩卖。
On April 9th, the men contacted the Savannah Police Department because they realized something wasn't right. The report states that the men were working for E-Green Transportation, loading and unloading trucks and separating products, and that the men were collectively owed around $110,000. We reached out to the company last week but have not heard back. The report also states, they showed me several sheets containing days worked and trucks that they unloaded. All of the workers stated that they haven't been paid, have very little to no food, and rent is due. Days later, on April 12th, another report was filed with SPD, this time referring to the situation as human trafficking. At this point, the men say they had stopped working, so they had no money, and the company was no longer giving them food. So they went to their neighbor for help, explaining their situation through a translation app.
I said to my wife, I go, we got to help them. You know, a friend said to me one day, I was talking in a certain way, and he said, hey, we're all God's children. And now that they're here, they're here. So, you know, human to human, you know, you got to help people.
Johnson has been giving them food when possible and rallied other neighbors to do the same. He says he's heard of situations like this, but never thought it would happen here.
To actually have them living right next door and for them to tell the story, I was absolutely blown away.
As we were interviewing the men, their landlord informed them that they have to leave the house in less than a week because they can't pay rent. They don't know where they'll go next.
诉求就是我希望能够把这个企业曝光。因为我觉得这个企业明显的违反美国劳动法，还这么张狂，就是这么明。